Afternoon everyone. So today we're at a BMW, an E82, a 116D, 118D, we think, 2013 model. 2 litre diesel. 2 litre diesel, N47 engine. So, guy, my friend, so it's his son's car, so the thing has reached 100,000 miles. But what we believe in this is the bottom end is on its way out. I'll start up and let you hear the knock, but first of all, there's a couple of codes in it. I'll let you see that. CM, the DME, we've got a code 447B, so that's the oxygen sensor. You can see that's moved into history. And a 4 Charlie Alpha Echo, the EGR valve position sensor signal. So that's current, so that'll be the one that's bringing the light on, but there's also one's in the ABS system, but they're all in the past. There's the footwell module, it's common for failures, reversing light, right, faulty, so it's probably needing a bulb. But in order to check this, let's go back. There's all the details of the car there. Back, yes. And we'll go to generic OBD. So we'll go to local diagnostics, EOBD. And this one will tell us what's bringing the light on, but I'd imagine it's the EGR valve because that's current. The EGR valve, EGR, so it is the EGR valve, it's bringing on the light. So I think he's in the process of selling this car, so he wants the codes cleared. So probably the best thing is to try and clean this valve up first and see if we can get rid of that code. I'll show you where it is. Right, there's the EGR valve just right in there, and you can see that notorious pipe split. So I think you get one for that's the cheapest thing from BMW. You get that for £10, but it's well worth replacing. So are we going to go into this EGR valve or just leave it? What do you think? Have a quick shimmy. Well, in fact, we'll look at the data on the scan tool and see if it's moving actually. That's what we'll do first of all. The clutch, aye. So here we're going to start her up. I'll let you hear the knock. No bad new. Is it? When you Derek says when you put pressure on it, that's when it starts knocking. But I don't think we'll put pressure on it, we'll just leave it now. So we went into the data for exhaust emissions and it just shows EGR controller activation 0%. Now this is a cold start, you'd imagine that wants to be activated, but what we'll do, we'll come back and we'll clear the code. What you see the codes again. So we'll clear it, see, clear fault codes, read fault codes. Aha, it's coming right back. Right back. Oh, see, it's out like that. So that's the car now stopped, just ignition on. We'll read the fault code. Still there. Let's clear fault codes. Let's read fault codes. That's like a wiring problem within the EGR valve. So I don't think a clean-up is going to help that. That's a... let me think. Actuation test. No, nothing there. No. Nothing there. No. Come back to you. There we go, we've disconnected the multi-plug, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pins. So I wanted to see if it generated other codes. That's sometimes a bit of a way to check wiring out here. Let's try it. So there's our original code. Let's go back, read fault codes. It's no bringing up any other codes. We'll start it up. That's the same code that keeps coming back. That did the work, lad. Oh, yeah. Right, so I cannot get it to generate another code with this disconnected. So I thought I'd do a quick check of the wiring. So Derek, you come here, lad. Oh, oh dear.
You want me to?
Just run along the wires with the wee probe. So, but we've got our probe on the battery negative there, and Derek's just going to run along these wires to see what we get. So, first wire 0 volts, second wire 0 volts, middle pin 5 volts, so that'll be a reference voltage, fourth pin 0, and fifth pin 0. So what we can do now is then take our negative lead and go to our positive. Set my one and then just shimmy up the wires again. I go for it, lad. So number 1 pin, so you can see it's 12 volts, that's a ground. Number 2, ground. Number 3, so that'll be the difference between the 5 volts and that ground there, so that's 7 volts, so that's correct. Next wire, 12 volts, and the next wire. So just a quick look at that, I would imagine that's the signal one at the end there, but it's the EGR valve. I don't think there's anything up with that wiring, so that's it. Right, so I think that check's done. This needs replaced. So we've just popped the cover off that EGR valve, and you can see it is moving. It's sticky, but it is moving, so we'll work away at it. Oh, it's stuck there. Definitely stuck.
Brand new door locks and ringing that trailer if you ever need
anything
like that.
Yeah, just get it.
Just in there?
Aye, just get it.
Right.
Aye. Snack it on away, innit? Try that one. That's better already. Right. Let's try that. So what we'll do, we'll put the
Wire back on.
wire back on.
Certainly. I think it's free off here.
It is. Better than what it was. Right, go and start her, lad, see if she moves. Right. Ah, it's moving. Lights off. What, a seek jump out? It might be fixed. So you can see it's moving. So read fault codes.
Was it no moving before on there?
Oh, he's fixed it. Has now moved to history.
No joke.
Good lad, you're the man. So we'll leave it at that. There you go. I was condemning EGR valve, and that's it. That's it fixed. Good.
And the fault style.
All right, now we'll clear the fault codes. Read fault codes. Gone. Right, we'll leave it at that. I'll go back. So that seems to be fixed. I'm going to let you hear the rattle of this engine when it's under load. Wow, bottom end's gone. Right, cheers.